Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I actually recorded some live trades. I took the past couple of days off of trading just to really focus on myself. And let me just say that has done some wonders. If you haven't taken a break from trading just to recuperate, get refreshed, whether it's a couple of days, a couple of weeks, even just a couple of hours, it can really go a long way. So after doing that and coming back into the markets today, I felt like I really crushed it and I just feel really good. So let's go ahead and jump into what those live trades were. Just being patient, let this play out. Come on, we're almost there.
Stop ES buy. Stop NQ buy.
Perfect. That's TP1. Wait for TP2. Try and grab this liquidity on this next candle. That's why it's my second TP. I kind of move it up to 67. We're keeping it at 63. The reason is because, let's see if this grabs it.
Stop
Perfect.
NQ buy.
The reason why
Stop
that's my
NQ
target
buy.
is because
Stop
looking
ES
at
buy.
our book map, let me turn off the sound, you'll see that we have so much liquidity to the stack to the upside. And I was looking for kind of like a cup and handle on the chart. So if I were to zoom out just a bit here, you'll see that it's almost like a cup handle and a break and retest. So I wanted to see us have a little retest, a little support found here, which is what we found. Looking at this 5-minute and also on the 1-minute chart, lots of consolidation. You can see I took a loss right here for 175 and another little loss at 105. So I was able to make back those two losses. I'm gonna see if we are gonna have that possibility to break to the upside again, to possibly 80s area. I'm just gonna be looking at a book map. As you can see, we hit this part, so we have a little pullback, and I wanna see continuation to the upside. So I just hopped in this trade where I scaled in two separate contracts. First target is at 73, and then the next target is at 85. The reason why I picked 85 is because you can see in book map, we have heavy liquidity, 102 institutional orders just hanging out. And then once we break through 65 here, this really strong level, I just wanted to have my first TP right close by it, just so we can lock in some profit. But yeah, I'm looking to see if we are even able to push to get to this level to begin with. I might just move my TP to 68, right where the stop losses might be. But we're just watching right now, making sure that it is in fact maybe a break and retest. And also, it's like a 1 and 2. So you have one leg, pull back, and then two. This is off the 1-minute chart. Pulling up the 5-minute as well. You can still see that possible little cup handle. And then I want to see a break all the way to retest this previous high. The reason also is because not only with the book map liquidity sitting there, but what I've noticed with some patterns with NQ is that this happens usually. Like we'll have, a drop, or it's, a bull run. Then we retrace the thing and then we try to attempt to go for it again. And then we fail at that second point. But, who knows? Who knows what may happen today? So far, this trade is in fact working out, though. As you can see, we're sitting at 13,962. And now we're just trying to break through that 65 level, where all those orders are. So we're just being very patient to let it play out. So 70 is another liquidity level right above it. So I feel confident, or I don't want to say confident is the right word. Maybe I should say I have conviction to hold it now to actually 71 where the stop losses would be. So instead of putting it to 73 in the event I don't get the full fill, I'd rather just get where the stop losses are right above that 70 liquidity. So yeah, just going to be patient with this one. We're down about, okay, now we're up. It's just flip-flopping. So let's pull up the 1-minute chart. Gonna watch this. A little bit of consolidation doesn't hurt anybody. A little bit of a pullback doesn't hurt anybody. But what I want to see is the bulls to step in, though. So see if we can have some support here at the 21, which is also this area right here. I want to see if we have support. We have quite a few orders built there as well. So let's see. Pulling up the 5-minute now. Okay, looks like it wants to pull back a bit here. Being patient. Look at the book map. We had really just one real attempt. So maybe a second attempt. Just to give it one more go. We also have market profile right here. So you can see this little orange thing on the right. So that's between 60 and 62.50. So let's see if we can have one more pull to there and then get that pull upwards. So now we have liquidity stacked at 75. So now my TP1, I might move it to that back to 73 where it was earlier, just because that 75 liquidity is sitting there. So, all right, so we're still waiting, seeing what's gonna happen here. These orders are holding it down. It's not really giving it a chance with this zone right here. But I'm still gonna be patient, let it do its thing. 40 is another level of liquidity as well, where market profile is. So, you know, we may pull back to that area. But from there, I would like to see a push off with the bulls to come through the 65 level to at least hit 75. Look at the 1 minute chart. How are we looking here? Okay, so far we found support at the 21 EMA, which is also where the previous breakout was. So while we're waiting for this to play out, the reasons why I take certain trades is, well, first I look at obviously market direction. So I'm seeing whether we're bullish or bearish for the day, not even just for the first couple of minutes, because the first 15 minutes, sometimes it's over exaggerated. And if we do have that open range breakout, whether it's to the upside or downside, we typically, you know, again, emphasis on typically, do a retracement. So that's what we did today. We fell. We did some consolidation. This is the area where you want to start watching to see if we are going to break further down or a retracement. And as you can tell, we retraced. We had a double bounce, triple bounce off the 1 minute. But on top of that, I also look at liquidity levels. So if there's lots of liquidity with institutional orders to the upside, then obviously there's a chance we'll get pulled to there. Liquidity is like a magnet for me. So looking at long wicks like this, and then also just looking at Bookmap to see where the colorful like lines are. These lines can indicate like a buy stop or a buy sell. So you have to be very cautious of that and see how the market reacts when it approaches these levels. So as you can see here, we came up to it, we got slapped, but I want to see where that is at. So it's just a few minutes ago. So let's look at the 1 minute. So yeah, see right here, we got slapped. So that gives me an indicator, okay, we approached 65. It's not looking too good. It might be buy sell orders. But the way that we are reacting with the 21 is we are currently bouncing and finding support off of it. Now, it could be one of two things for me, the way that I interpret this. It's either one, it is buy-sell orders, or two, it's just a heavy liquidity level that is not allowing us to break through because it's just a fat stack. And it's 139 of them, right? And then also right above that, just 2 to 3 points higher, 126 sorry, you didn't see that. 126, oh, now 144, 145. So it's going up in big orders at 170. So that's just giving me a sign that people are starting to stack up their orders to the upside so we can possibly keep breaking. So now look at that, 14,000 is on the map. We have a lot of orders sitting there. So now I'm moving up my 73 to 75 or 74, 75. Sorry, because I'm having conviction now that we are starting to be to the upside. Another thing is I look at consolidation areas. So consolidate, break, consolidate, possible break. Just like earlier, if I pull up the 5 minute now, when we dropped, consolidate, break, right? It could obviously be consolidation to the downside as well. But the way that liquidity stacking higher and higher up rather than below, it's giving me an idea like, okay, we might be trying to break to the upside. And because August 2022, the previous highs were around that area. So it may seem that we want to break to the upside even more. Another thing too is we have this previous high right here, lots of liquidity stacked right here, right above it. And if I also pull up Bookmap, you'll see it matches exactly the same thing. So if we were going to be pulling to the downside, we would also need some negative news. News typically moves it in the direction it wants to go faster, in my opinion. So right now we don't have any news, and even if we did, we still have a lot of liquidity to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4 that it wants to snag up. So there's that. And then the last thing is looking at patterns. So I know I keep saying break consolidation, but it's also like a break and retest. You can kind of look at it like a 2-leg move as well. But pretty much seeing like if there is a pattern, a cup and handle, also trend lines, you know, like anything that could also help with validating why this trade may work. So it's just a few things that I look at when I am getting into a trade. It's fairly simple. I try not to make it too complex when it comes to why I get into trades, but also why I hold trades. I think when I add too much to the table, then it kind of confuses me more, and it breaks not only my conviction, but also it breaks like my patience and execution. So I just want to be just honest with myself. Like, is it actually a good trade, and why is that? So here we are at that 65 level. We are breaking through that big level that we were just talking about. So here's Bookmap, trying to get to 70 to get, now it's 153 big orders, so you can see. So we went from like 126 to 144, I think, and then now it's 153. So it really is, there you go. We are just building up right now. We are sitting at 67. We tapped 68, looking for that further push to grab 70, and then we have that 80. It just became a big level at 168, dark red, which is crazy. So yeah, here we go. Here's this is the move that we were waiting for this morning to get this account off the ground. Just being patient with it. We're sitting a little over $900 in profit right now from the last few trades we've taken, and just letting patience really play out. So there is 73. We just need a little bit more of a push. 74. There is our first TP. So beautiful, $295 in profit. So here we are. We are approaching. We just hit 80, actually. Got me a little bit of resistance. Let's pull up the 5-minute. Oops, sorry about that. 1 second. 5 minutes. Okay. There we go. Let's see if we have enough push. Let me look at our book maps one more time. So that fat level we broke through. Beautiful. Now, if it was in fact buy sell, then we would have a quick slap or built to at least a slap to push down to 70 again, or something like to 60. But it didn't slap down, right? We're still hovering around the same area, 3 book map tickers in a row. Now that's enough conviction for me to push maybe to 90. So here we go, right? 85 is the high of day so far. Still holding. Here's 80, 81. It could really go to 14 if it wanted to. I kind of have some conviction to hold to 40 if I'm being really honest. There's the high of day at 84, almost 85. But I'm still just going to be patient with it. So if we get to 90, all right, this would be a 36-point move, which is crazy to me, right? Because I remember before where I didn't have like the patience, or I guess really the plan in place to be able to give me this kind of play. So I would just take my first 5 points. Usually like 3 to 6 points maybe is where I would TP. But now like I'm looking for bigger moves. I'm trying to see if I have enough patience and execute on that patience. Now I will go ahead and TP though if we do come back into 75. If we have a rejection and it doesn't hold through. But so far it's holding through. 88, about to hit 90. Absolutely beautiful. We're going for possibly for that 14,000, but I am super happy with my performance today as far as being patient. I want to watch this together. Oh, it hit 14,000. Beautiful. There's just something about even numbers that makes me so happy. So yes, I could have definitely held my trade until then. Pulling up Bookmap, we had those liquidity levels stacked, But that's the part of my patience I really want to work on. It's allowing the trade to really go all the way through. But you never know if that is what's going to happen. You never know if it's buy, sell. You never know if it's going to get slapped from different liquidity levels. So I want to be safe. I want to secure my gains. And you know what? It's not to be a perfect trader. It's just to be the best trader you can possibly be. And that's what we're working towards. So I am done on the day. Again, sitting a little over $1,300 in profit. And that is a wrap of today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope it was helpful going through the entries and exits of my trades. A few of you actually reached out asking for this kind of content, how I used to post before, the transparency of when I entered, when I exited, and then my thought process on it. So let me know what you guys think about today's video. And if you want more of these, make sure you comment down below or make sure you like the video. I appreciate your guys' time and support. And if you haven't already, Apex Trader Funding has their 80% off lifetime deal ending on May 31st. So you have just a couple of days left before it ends. The best part is you are automatically entered into their $100,000 PA giveaway, and they're giving away 40 of them. So if you make any purchases with an eval or a reset, you're automatically entered, which is awesome. So yeah, that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys have nothing but the best and most success in your trading journey, and I will see you all in the next video.